G'day guys, VK2 Rocks here, just out in the backyard, and have been in the process of trying to chuck up a couple of wire antennas in the tree here. I've moved to a new QTH, and you can see I'm surrounded by some lovely trees now. Those trees are actually over in the back fence, so there's something over the back there anyway, which is public access. So, and this row of trees that runs along the back here is pretty much just over my back fence, so I'm making the most of that. I'm not sure whether you can see there that there's actually a rope going up into that tree. It's actually paracord. Hopefully you can hear me over this wind. Now, because of the new QTH, at the moment I'm pretty much relying on some wire antennas I'm trying to chuck up in the tree there, and I've got a vertical attached to the top of the boat. So that's proving to be a little bit unsuccessful, and I'm also working off my portable UHF VHF setup at the moment. But the good news is there's a nice long yard here, and it goes down to a tree out the front. Not sure whether you can see that with the light. Anyway, what I've been doing is actually popping up a couple of wire antennas. Stuck one up yesterday. It was fantastic to be back on HF and had a chat to a friend and whatever, and then woke up this morning and the antenna's laying on the ground, snapped. So I was in the process, I don't know, about half an hour ago, of actually loading up another one and putting it back up in the tree, but I was doing it on my own today. So it was taking a little bit longer time. Unfortunately, through the process of setting it up, it snapped. Now, both of the antennas that I was trying to put up were, I think they're called magic antennas. Got it off a DX zone, and they work quite well, very good on 20 meters, and they're tuning up great, everything was working fine. But if you actually have a look at the structure of the antenna, you'll see that it's got several weak points, and that's always where it keeps snapping. So anyway, so what I've actually done, I'm going to walk you out the front here. I've had the issue obviously of, it's actually August here in Australia, and it's actually known as the windy month. So because you've obviously got two trees and they're loading up and they might be blowing in different directions. There's the other attachment point there. Runs up, there we go, right down over the top of the crest of the house, which is fantastic. Now, I've seen several ways that people actually manage to release tension when they're loading up trees. You know, they put pulley systems and weight systems and all that sort of stuff, but this is actually something that somebody might find handy or may not have thought of before. Being into hammock camping, what they actually do with tarp guy outs is actually input a small amount of shock cord into your tie out, so that actually keeps the tension on your tarp as it gets a bit slacker overnight with moisture and the cool air. The tarps tend to stretch a little bit, so to maintain that tension on the tarp, what they actually do is just, like I said, put a bit of shock cord in. So I'm kind of working off that philosophy or that theory, and what I've actually got there is a bungee cord, and exactly the same as they do with the tarp tie outs is I've just put a couple of loops on there, one there, hooked it on, so you can see the rope there is slack, but obviously if we get tension, and we'll just pull it here, that'll actually put tension on the bungee, pull it out, and worst case scenario, if that actually snaps, then I've still got the rope there as a backup, and hopefully that'll catch it. What I want to do is actually build two of these into each end, and ultimately, if this proves successful, what I'm going to do is actually build that into probably the system itself, but a lot closer to the actual dipole. So it's actually, you know, pulling along the horizontal line, horizontal axis, rather than sort of being in the tie out points going down to the ground. Because this actually goes up into the tree. It's going to actually go over the fence and up to that point, going around there. Hopefully you can see that. So at this point there's still quite a bit of friction in the system as it goes up over the fence and around that tree. Anyway, like I said, just wanted to turn a nothing day into a something day. Rather than having no antennas up in the air, I figured I'd leave the rope up, and we'll see how that goes, and hopefully that's going to work out for the best.